Today's Troy South Tech tutorial is to help our faculty and staff better understand the SAMR model and how to use it to improve our lessons. Before we can improve our lessons, we must first understand what the SAMR model is. The SAMR model has recently gained more exposure in the world of education. This model is designed to help teachers integrate technology into teaching and learning. With the upcoming one-to-one digital conversion that our school will be going through, it is crucial that we understand how to use technology to the best of our ability to aid in the learning of our students. When we look at the SAMR model, you can think of it as a ladder. SAMR is an acronym that represents the 4 different levels of technology integration. The first level of the SAMR ladder is substitution. As we climb up the ladder, the second level is augmentation. Modification is the third level of the SAMR ladder, followed by redefinition for the final level. To advance your lessons through the SAMR model ladder, we must understand what the differences is in each level. Substitution involves doing the same thing as you would do without the technology and not adding any modification to the task. For example, if your students were writing a paper and using iPads or laptops to type it, the lesson would be at the substitution level. You did not change the task of the writing assignment. You only substituted the iPad or laptop for pencil and paper. The second level, augmentation, involves some functional improvement, but is still a direct substitute of tools that are used. In the augmentation level, the teacher adds a new step to the activity that was not available with the substitution level. However, the activity could still be done without technology if needed. A great example of augmentation would be having students use an app to read an online text and then following it up with links or apps associated with the text that would help students understand definitions or concepts. Once again, this could be done with a regular book and dictionary, but the teacher instead uses the technology to have students complete the activity. As mentioned earlier, modification is the third level. Modification is when the overall outcome is the same, however the product is changed through enhancements. Something to keep in mind is that modification involves giving a different kind of assignment. An example of modification would be taking the basic assignment of students making posters or PowerPoints to demonstrate understanding of concepts, and enhancing it by requiring the students to share the same information in the form of an iMovie. By requiring the use of iMovie, the activity moves up to the modification level. The final step is redefinition. Although redefinition is the hardest level to attain, it is the easiest level to understand. It is most simply an activity or lesson that would have been inconceivable without technology. Any activity ranging from Skype, social media interactions, Google Earth, etc. would all fall in the redefinition level. Now that we understand the different levels, one question that comes to mind is how do we climb the SAMR ladder? What is important to keep in mind is that substitution is a normal starting point for incorporating technology and is probably things that most teachers are already doing in their classrooms. A couple examples would be reading an online text instead of a print text, typing on the computer instead of handwriting, creating a PowerPoint instead of a poster, or using Safari on the iPads for internet research instead of going to the library and using a book. There is nothing wrong with substitution activities every now and then. However, our ultimate goal as educators should be to use less substitution and to move up the ladder and have activities and lessons that fall under augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Let's take a look at a basic history lesson and how we could move it up the ladder through technology integration. For this exercise, we're going to use a lesson revolving around geography. This could be incorporated into many different grade levels and curriculum standards. For a basic substitution level, a teacher may have students use Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. Students would be required to write a paper or create a presentation about a country in the world based on guidelines the teacher would provide. In order to move this activity up the ladder to augmentation, the teacher could introduce Publisher as a new tool and alter the project to require students to create a brochure about the country. To represent the functional improvement, the students would still have the same requirements, but would be asked to include hyperlinks or other material in the brochure that would support the content they are presenting. Moving up to modification, the teacher would need to enhance the project, activity, or lesson. However, the outcome would remain the same. In this case, the teacher could alter the assignment so that the students are required to use iMovie as the tool to create a travel commercial incorporating multimedia and student collaboration. The students must use video they create themselves as well as multimedia they find through research to promote their location. Although iMovie is truly taking the lesson to another level, it is still the same outcome of presenting information. In order for a teacher to take this concept and move it all the way up to redefinition, the teacher must create something that would not be possible without technology. For this example, the teacher could use a variety of tools ranging from iMovie, Google Earth, Skype, or other social networking sites to allow students to explore the location and to put them in conversations with people who have lived in or visited the locations. This adds a new part to the activity that was not previously possible without using the tools involved. But through redefinition, the lesson becomes more real for the students. Redefinition lessons are very intriguing and are amazing for education. However, it is important to keep in mind that not all lessons have to hit the redefinition level. Just like students, all lessons are different. The main goal of the SAMR model is to continue doing our part as educators to make our lessons the best they can be for our students.